She vanished without a trace after one small mistake. This is Whisper Vault, where nightmares don't sleep. Tonight, hear the true story of Clara and what entered her home when she forgot to lock the door. They always told Clara to lock the door behind her. Every single night, without fail, it was the one rule in her grandmother's house. Not a request, a warning. You must lock the front door before midnight, her grandmother used to whisper. If you don't, he will find his way in. Clara never took it seriously. Just another spooky bedtime tale, old people and their ghosts. But that was before the night she forgot, the night she left the door open. She had just moved into the old Victorian house deep in the Vermont woods. It was quiet, still, almost too still. No neighbors for miles, no cell signal, no town lights in the distance, only the sound of trees groaning in the wind and the occasional creak from inside the rotting house. It had been years since she'd visited this place, and yet the air still carried that same scent, dust, old books, and something else, something that smelled faintly of rot. The house seemed to breathe at night. She felt it, the way the hallway seemed longer in the dark, how the shadows didn't move right, how the mirrors, sometimes, lagged. One night, exhausted from unpacking, Clara fell asleep on the living room couch. She left her coat on the floor, her tea half full, and the front door wide open. She didn't realize it until she woke at exactly 3:07 a.m. The air was freezing, so cold, her breath hung like smoke. She rubbed her arms and sat up, and that's when she saw it. The front door, slightly ajar, and on the wooden floor, a single muddy footprint. Just one. It led from the front door straight into the center of the room and vanished. She stepped outside with a flashlight. No tracks in the snow, no animal, no wind, just silence. When she came back inside, she noticed something else. All the mirrors in the house were fogged over from the inside. After that night, everything changed. Every night, she was jolted awake at 3:07 a.m., light bulbs flickered. Her phone alarm would reset itself to 3:07. She started seeing things, shadows that moved when she didn't, reflections that blinked after she turned away, and then the scratching began. It came from inside the walls, behind her headboard, below the floorboards. She called an exterminator. Nothing was found. Then came the laugh. One night, as she sat curled up on her bed, she heard it, a high-pitched, broken giggle. But it wasn't a child, it was wrong, distorted, like someone imitating a child badly, mocking her. That night, she set up cameras in every room. The footage was worse than anything she imagined. At 3:07 a.m., the front door unlocked itself, even though she had bolted it shut. Then, something walked in. It was tall, unnaturally tall. Its limbs were long, almost insect-like. Its face, blurred. The camera couldn't focus on it, as if it refused to be seen. It didn't walk, it glided, and it stood over Clara's sleeping body for exactly 1 minute, just watching. Then it turned its head not toward the camera but toward her. The next frame? Nothing. No creature, just Clara, still sleeping. Terrified, Clara begged her friend Amanda to stay over. Amanda laughed it off. Probably just a bad dream, she said. That night, Clara slept in the guest room. Amanda took the couch. At 3:07 a.m., Clara woke up gasping for air. The house was dead silent. She walked into the living room and froze. Amanda was gone. No scream, no struggle, no sign of her leaving, except a single muddy footprint on the rug. Where Amanda's head had been, she called the police. They found no signs of forced entry, no footprints in the snow, no blood. No, Amanda, just a house that didn't want to let her go. The next night, Clara found a note on the kitchen table in red ink, shaky handwriting. You left the door open, now he knows your name. She tried to run, tried to leave the house, but every road led back to the driveway. The forest warped behind her, twisted trees that seemed to shift position when she looked away. The wind whispered her name, over and over. Clara, Clara, Clara. In a frenzy, she boarded the door shut, nailed every window closed, broke every mirror, destroyed every clock. That night, there was no light, no sound, until 3:07 a.m. The boards creaked, the walls groaned. and something began to knock from the inside of the front door. Knock, knock, knock. Then came a whisper, "You can't lock me out when I'm already in." Clara screamed, but the house didn't echo back. She ran to the bedroom. On the wall, written in mud, "You left it open, you let me in, now I live here too." That was 3 days ago. The house is quiet now. No one's seen Clara since. The police found the front door still nailed shut from the inside, but her bed was empty and carved into the bedroom wall in deep, jagged scratches. "Never forget to close the door. He's always waiting." Some doors were never meant to be opened, and some visitors never leave. This was Whisper Vault. Subscribe if you dare.